Those chicks are so pissed that Trump would, shaving their heads, screaming that they're going to go on a sex strike. You can't threaten people by taking something away that no one wanted in the first place. Also, I don't know what you're doing going on a sex strike. Some of you really need a hunger strike.
I'm not gonna lie, it feels like a new era of comedy is emerging, and I'm 100% here for it. She's saying exactly what we've all been thinking.
I'm going to be joining the Republican Party. I've been a Democrat for years. I've posted Democratic content for years, but the party has just gone too far left. It's too crazy. It's too delusional.
I don't care. It's happening. I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out. I'm done, okay? I blew up on this godforsaken clock app when I was like 19 or 20 years old, okay, back then. Keep in mind, it has been 4 to 5 years and life has hit me like a truck, okay? I'm no longer the stupid brainwashed liberal that I used to be when I was 19. And I am being hated on so much for simply changing sides. And I'm done. I'm so tired of my old fan base. I don't give a about your identity politics. I voted for Trump.
You see how they turn on you just like that if you have a different opinion than them. So much for freedom of speech and freedom of choice that they stand for. They're all hypocrites and they don't like it when you call them out on their bullshit.
Some women are so beautiful inside and out that they grace us with their presence here on earth as if they're angels that fell from heaven. And others are bitter beluga whale bitches that wake up with a bone to pick and decide to make burn books with lists of creators that voted for Trump, specifically Disney ones. This bitch and so many other mentally ill creatures like her think that this kind of behavior is normal. So normal that she continued posting this kind of bullshit on her Instagram story where she explained that apparently her therapist said as long as she's not storming the Capitol, that this is a normal response to losing the election. Okay, first of all, girly pop, you need to get a new therapist pronto. And second of all, you need to get a grip. You know, I think the most entertaining part of her whole spiel is this part. Take a listen.
I also want to say, some of the people on this list, I know because I've had personal experiences with these people because I used to be friends with them. And they're covert, and they don't outwardly post on social media about how they're Trumpers, how they're homophobic.
This is the funniest part to me. It's always the liberals that are so unaccepting and so violent and aggressive towards everyone in their life for thinking a little differently than them that are so surprised that no one feels comfortable telling them the truth.
Is it me, or do Trump administration pics look like these guys? Tell me if I'm wrong. He putting together a team that can save the world, just not the economy, the world. Then he got Elon Musk, okay? His role is to see what the government been doing with our tax money, okay? And I'm here for it. Because Elon needs to let me know if they've been spending my money on illegal immigrants. I want to see how much money they had on those food stamp cards and those vouchers. And if they've been sending my money to the prison so men can get transgender surgery. Or you've been using my money on alien experiments, UFOs, TikTok. Conspiracy theory.
She is based. I'm waiting to know about that stuff as well.
The way y'all liberals are backtracking on everything y'all say or do, y'all make a fucked up comment and then try to, no, I only meant it this way. I wasn't talking about this. I only meant that. That's why y'all lost the election. Y'all have no ability to, accountability. Y'all don't know how to admit when you're wrong. You don't know how to take advice. You don't know when your ideas are batshit fucking stupid. I swear to God. Black, white, Spanish makes no goddamn difference. Y'all rainbow warriors, y'all liberals will never win another fucking election in this country.
Exactly. All of those meltdowns by those feminists and liberals that we're seeing right now after the election, I think they're just doing it for attention, to be honest with you.
How are you today?
I'm great, you fucking
okay?
cunt. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm doing wonderful.
Yeah, you doing good?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You live in this neighborhood?
Doesn't matter.
You shouldn't be in this neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah. Do you have jaundice or something?
I shouldn't be in this neighborhood?
Guess what? Hey, go home.
All right.
Fuck you, Nazi piece of shit.
All right.
Go home.
Stop shaking your hands.
Go home.
Step
yeah,
away.
because I want to.
Step back.
You don't understand.
Step back.
My man can't even hold himself together in a conversation. He is shaking like those waist dancers. I believe that he would do a great job if he was one of them.
I made 2 separate videos before the election. One of the videos said I was going to vote for Kamala Harris. The other video said I was going to vote for Donald Trump. And I just wanted to see the mixed reactions from people and how people would react, because I do a lot of work from my hometown, do a lot of work from my community. I work with young boys. And I never said who I was voting for. But I made those 2 videos because I want to show people how they are in reality. I made the Donald Trump video and I made the Kamala Harris video. Under the Kamala Harris video, you definitely had some Trump supporters like, well, we understand that you may have a different opinion or whatever, but we still support what you do. Maybe you'll wake up one day, etc., etc. You know, things like that. It wasn't nothing vile, wasn't no bad comments or nothing. I made the Donald Trump video. I got people that unfollowed me. I got people saying they can't support nothing I do no more. I got folk calling me all types of names, etc., etc. But what's crazy is all of the Kamala Harris supporters have become what they accuse Trump supporters of being. When you say you support Donald Trump, y'all be ready to kill him. Y'all ready to burn him at the stake. You calling them all types of names. You unfollowing them. You don't care what they're doing for their community. Nothing. If you support Trump, F you, I hate you so much, etc., etc. But all the people under the post, all the Trump supporters, when I said I was going to vote for Kamala, it was all love anyway. They was like, well, we still support what you're doing. We still going to donate. We still love the work, even though you don't have to support Donald Trump, etc., etc. So I've only received hate from the people that call themselves the tolerant side, the side that's supposed to be about love, the side that's supposed to that's not about hate. But it's crazy because anytime somebody doesn't agree with you, all you spew is hate. All you give is hate. So it's funny how everybody who call themselves Democrats, you have turned into what you accuse the Republicans of being.
The liberal tolerance is a myth because this is exactly how they sound like. You have to agree with them or else you're racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, etc., etc.
Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, binary, all colours of the fucking rainbow.
Dinner was good. Yeah, not having a good time. I just like the number of people who like are fucking stupid, and like the fact that my dad yeah that's all.
Absolutely nobody is going to convince me that Donald Trump didn't steal this election, because he 100% did. You're telling me that Elon Musk, this super rich Uber guy who happens to be BFFs with fucking Trump, who also owns Starlink, the computer equipment that's going to count votes. You got a rich, corrupt fucking BFF of this tyrant using his equipment to count votes. Are you kidding me? How stupid do they think people are? I swear to fuck, if Democrats are being too prideful to call this shit out, this is just fucked. American Democrats are fucking pushovers, and it's gonna cost millions of lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the first stage of grief. Denial. We're gonna keep hearing them deny the winner of this election for a while now, so I'm gonna enjoy the show from afar.
To the white women that voted for Trump, you should cancel that self-tan membership. I'm thinking. Any tanning membership. Why do you want to be brown? Isn't brown dirty? Isn't brown gross? Isn't brown like not what we want to be? We don't allow that in our country.
How's this for a motivational phrase? Our resistance will be talked about for generations.
Resistance. Ow, ow, ow.
Hey MAGA, I was just taking some trash out, and I thought I found a flying fuck to give for you. You know, about you losing friends and family members this past week due to your cult activity. But it turns out it was just a plain old fuck you.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
we don't care.
It can also be true, and is in fact true at the same time, that a disgustingly alarming number of people voted completely against their moral conscience and chose privilege and white supremacy in the name of the economy, of all things, which many are sadly discovering the truth about that.
This is a message for anybody who voted for Donald Trump. You are not welcome on my page.
I do not want you here. I will not interact with you. You can leave me the most disgusting, hateful comments as you've been doing every time I post a video expressing my political beliefs and my hate towards that man. But that is my page to do so. I'm not going to your page and spreading hate, but you are coming to mine and doing it. You are no longer welcome here. You weren't really welcome here in the first place, but I tolerated you because I tolerated a difference of political opinions. And though I still do, I do not want anybody on my page associated with that man talking to me about anything ever again. Bye.
Hey, my fellow ladies out there. So, men think they own you. Take it from somebody that used to be a man. You got boobs. You got a vajayjay. Guess what, honey? You own them. Trust me, they want it. Make them own it.
Sorry, fellas. Gotta agree with him. I gotta agree with him. Because he used to be a man, and now he's a woman. So that makes total sense to me. And if you don't agree, you need to mature. You need to be more mature. Yeah, man. One of the most illogical analogies that I've ever heard in my life.
Here's the list of celebrities that you can no longer support if you supported Trump. Katy Perry, Jennifer Aniston, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Bruce Springsteen, Martha Stewart, Oprah. Here's a big one for you guys. Eminem, Billie Eilish, Jamie Lee Curtis, George Clooney and Barbara Streisand, Sarah Jessica Parker, Kelly Rowland. The list goes on, and so we just kindly request that you remove these people from your music playlists and movie queues. Thank you.
Listen, I'm all on board for the 4B movement. In theory, I love the idea. However, what scares me about it is I'm terrified that only conservative Christian families will be popping out 10 babies back to back to back to back to back. We need good people to also raise good babies.
Oh my god, they can't see past themselves. I guess it's that main character syndrome that they have. Because what she said right now, fucking wild.
And to know that my family, the people who raised me, voted for. It's so invalidating. But I'm white. I should not be taking up space, because right now the people who have it much worse than I do are people who don't share the same skin color as me, which is so, like, why are we still judging people on that? Race is a fucking social construct that white people created to make themselves feel good about the dehumanization of other people. What the fuck, man?
Here's what it is. For everyone that voted for that man, I want nothing to do with you. I'm not going to engage with you. And honestly, like, if you leave comments on my page saying Trump 2024 or whatever, that's fine, because you're just making it easier for me to figure out who I should be blocking. And a message for all of you that voted for him before I find you and block you, I hope that you get absolutely everything that you voted for. Genuinely, I really hope that you do. And I don't want to hear a single complaint when it happens inevitably. If you voted for him, I don't want to see a singular story crying about how your wife or your sister or your mother had some sort of reproductive struggle. I don't want to see a sob story about how your family, including yourself, is getting deported. And I don't want to see a GoFundMe or a singular peep out of the police using their full-blown immunity that he plans to give to them. And I really don't want to hear you complain when the tariffs are implemented and you realize what that actually means for the economy and for your pockets. Because this is what you wanted. And like I said, I hope that you get it.
The thing that's really just spinning my wheels in the mud today is how can some people say they love me, but then they voted against me? How could you go to my wedding where I married my wife and raise that pride flag so high up in the air, but then you voted against me? You voted against my rights. You voted against my family. You voted against my marriage. You voted against everything that I thought you stood for. And we're just supposed to love you, It's okay. We can agree to disagree. We can just see past it. Don't let politics ruin relationships.
I think they're making so much more sense than you do right now. Because if you're that bitter over an election, then it's a good thing to stay away from each other.
Since so many people in the United States voted for Donald Trump for president, I'd like to know where all the big celebrations are. The fireworks and the parties and the drinking and cavorting in the streets. I mean, that's a lot of people getting exactly what they want.
I'm sorry, but the primary reason that Trump won wasn't because Joe Biden got out of the race too late or that Democrats don't understand or ignore the working class. Like I've said, the primary reason Kamala didn't win is that millions of Americans were deceived by the Trump campaign. Complicit Republicans, the right-wing media ecosystem, Elon Musk, and a gargantuan amount of dark money, all supported by malleable algorithms. These devious forces pretended that, one, the economy was better 4 years ago when we were on the cusp of economic collapse. 2, that Trump had no real responsibility for the COVID catastrophe. 3, that crime was up. 4, that inflation hadn't been brought down and was the fault of Democrats in the first place. And 5, all of our problems stem from poor immigrants in search of a better life. Plus, a transgender commercial proved incredibly effective in suggesting that Kamala was someone she isn't. So, as Democrats and pundits endlessly scrutinize this election, I say that we and our beliefs aren't the real problem. Instead, the number one issue is that the American people were deceived by devious forces spewing unending dishonesty.
Did AOC just drop like the biggest hit we've had yet since the election? Listen.
I've been getting a lot of questions to this effect. What's the game plan? What do we do? What's the deal? And what happened is so massive that it's going to take just a second. It's coming, but it's going to take a second to share.
Orange Man has been so quiet since all this went down. Something is happening. Something's happening, and it's coming.
To all you MAGA motherfuckers that are already out acting a fool in fucking public, thinking you can get away with whatever the fuck you want, I want you to know that it ain't gonna happen. We are pissed. We have 0 fucks to give anymore. And bail money. I have bail money. I see you out in public, acting a fucking fool, raging out and fucking berating other people, getting in people's faces, being fucking racist, being fucking Karen. I'm gonna say something to you. And if you want to fucking throw hands, bring that shit the fuck on, because I would love to right now. I would love to. I'm being real with you when I tell you, you need to fucking act right. This shit will not be tolerated any further.
Okay.
So last night, I told my mom and dad that because they voted for someone who wants me dead, that they no longer have the privilege of having their daughter and their granddaughters in their life. And I told them, never contact me again. I'm never calling you. I want nothing to do with you. And take me out of the will. I have a younger brother who is also a MAGA. I said, when you guys pass away, give him the entire house. I don't want to inherit your house. I don't want anything from you. I don't want to hear from you ever again, because I'm no longer safe being in a relationship with you, because I'm queer, I'm autistic, I'm like half disabled, I have Lyme disease and POTS and a bunch of other shit, and I'm bisexual. I have 2 daughters, and my husband's also bisexual. It's like,
man, it's some crazy shit, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's some crazy shit. Again, disowning your family over an election. I can't comprehend that in the slightest. Those are your parents that raised you. Get a hold of yourself.